Let's bring in Hal Roberts. He's live right now outside the funeral home in Ottawa where the corporal's body is being held. And Hal, behind you we see the building. Are there people actually gathered there as well? As we know, they are crowded along overpasses, anxiously waiting to pay their respects.
Yes, as a matter of fact, there are. We've just received confirmation from the military that his mother, Kathy, is inside, his Aunt Teresa is inside, as well as good friend who was with him the day that Corporal Cirillo was gunned down on Wednesday. Brendan Stevenson's also inside, some of the Hamilton Argyles as well. So if you have a look just behind us, you can see the hearse. And at 1:30, and there's another soldier heading inside. And at 1:30 this afternoon, we'll have the procession, and his good friend will be coming out to speak and to just basically pay tribute to his fallen soldier and his good friend. Now, if you look to my left and your right as well, we'll have our cameraman Justin pan over. There's a lot of people gathered here with their Canadian flags. It's a very somber mood. They're here to pay their respects to a fallen soldier. One lady I was speaking to, her name is Kimberly. She's here with her son as a single mom. She says, now, Corporal Cirillo's going to basically, you know, his family's going to have to raise his 6-year-old son. She says it's very hard. She said if Corporal Cirillo would have had one bullet in his gun, it would have made a world of difference, Karen.
I'm sure that there are a lot of questions and a lot of anger and frustration and mostly just a lot of sadness today as Canadians are gathered there, as you say, in Ottawa, but really right along that 401. We even have a team out looking at the overpasses, which are going to be dotted with Canadian flags and with Canadians, most who didn't know the corporal, but obviously heard about what happened and want to be there to support him and his family. And as you say, he was a father. He had dogs. He was a fitness buff. He was, you know, your average Canadian. And so there's a lot of feeling of loss right across this country, isn't there?
Very much so, you know, and some of the other people I've spoken to brought up the fact that he was also a bouncer at a club, but he wasn't your typical bouncer. I mean, he was somebody that had a very big heart. He wanted to help people all of the time. I mean, those are the thoughts of the other people that mentioned that to me, not myself. Mm-hmm. But he was just a very loving, caring individual. He was a fitness fanatic, as we mentioned as well. So somebody we really embraced and somebody that, as most Canadians, we will dearly miss. Now, the OPP is here as well, the Hamilton Argyles. We've got the military police, the Ottawa police, and there's going to be this big motorcade, like you said, heading down the 401, 416 to the 401, the Highway of Heroes, taking them back, and they'll have a full military procession, a full military funeral, regiment funeral, coming up later this evening in Hamilton. Yeah,
well deserved for sure. Hal, stand by. We want to play a clip of Corporal Cirillo's girlfriend. And she spent the weekend with him, obviously, just before this week's events, and obviously heart-wrenching for her and for all the family members. And as you say, and there is some action behind you, maybe we can just take a look at that and see what's happening there.
Yeah, the Hamilton Argyles are lining up right now, as you can see. Sutherland, Highlanders, and it's a very somber moment here. They're just reminiscing a lot about, you know, the special person that Nathan Cirillo was. And again, he was so young, at 24 years of age. His life was just starting.